Gary Vaynerchuk is the father, the founder, the OG of modern day personal branding and content marketing. He's the one, in fact, who showed us all the power of being on 24/7. If you're curious what religion, fear, entrepreneurship, and even caring or not caring what other people think about, this video is for you. A discussion with me and Gary Vaynerchuk. See, Gary Vaynerchuk, he's the one who showed us all how to leverage the power of social media, video, and content marketing to build a following, to make an impact and build a business doing it. He has over 4 million YouTube subscribers. That's just on one of his platforms on YouTube, and he has several of them. He has over 10 million followers on Instagram, over 15 million followers on TikTok, and millions more on other platforms and profiles. Let's not forget his array of businesses. VaynerMedia alone is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. This doesn't include the many other entities and partnerships that he has. And now, how did I get to have this interview with Gary Vaynerchuk? Well, there's this platform called Whatnot. It's a social selling platform. I wasn't quite familiar with it. I seen it in Gary Vaynerchuk's emails, Tea Time with Gary, but today I said, let me check it out. It's e-commerce and a live video platform, kind of like QVC for modern day creators, and Gary's been on it on a regular basis. So I have the chance to ask Gary Vaynerchuk a question. I put my question in the queue with hundreds and hundreds of other people, and guess what? They picked my question. Check out this 8-minute discussion that I'm having with Gary Vaynerchuk. We talked about fear, we talked about religion, we talked about entrepreneurship, we talked about caring or not caring what other people think. Check this interview out. By the way, my name is Ramon Ray. Get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com. Sign up right now, zoneofgenius.com, for tips and insights to live your life better. I also want to make one quick disclosure. So I did the interview on my cell phone on the Whatnot platform. I downloaded this because Gary was live streaming across all platforms. I downloaded the video or got the video captured on YouTube, but Whatnot did not show me. So all I have is the audio. So you'll hear the audio in the back a little faint, and I kept that on for most of the clips. But what I did, I overdubbed, recorded over using right here, this sweater and this microphone, so you could hear me better and it'd be a better experience. This is not AI, this is not fake, but I took the video clip from YouTube, downloaded it, the audio track, the original audio track is there for some of the things, and then I overdubbed exactly what I said word for word onto this track you're gonna see so that you can hear the experience and feel it and see it and pretend you're right there with me better. So I wanted to clarify that if you're hearing some mix-ups, it's an intentional, imperfect video edit. Enjoy.
My friend, Ray!
Hey Gary, what's going on?
What's up, Ray? It's so good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
It's my first time on Whatnot. Glad to be here, and I get your emails.
I've followed you for years, as you know.
Yeah, we're longtime friends.
Congratulations on what you're doing on the platform. My question to you, Gary, and once again, it's exciting to be here. I have a question. What do you tell people like me, whose family still, and I've been married for about 31 years. I have 2 adult children. My daughter's, by the way, about to give birth in a few months.
By the way, can we just stop for a minute? When Ray just said he's been married for 31 years. I need everybody to look at Ray's face. Ray looks 27. He literally got married at -4. Ray literally got married at -4. What do you mean you've been married for 31 fucking years, Ray?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gary, but what do you tell people? You know, in my church, my family relationships, they still ask me, do you get off on Columbus Day? They still ask me, are you looking for a job? They still ask me kind of, what do I do? Any comments on that?
It's a great question.
It still kind of annoys me.
Why does it annoy you, Ray? Let's go there, actually.
I guess I feel less than. I feel that they have their big jobs at McKinsey or other companies like that.
Why are you putting their opinions above yours?
I don't have a good answer for that. It just feels like, you know, being left out.
I mean, yeah, listen, Ray, I've watched your journey for 15 years. You and I grew up in that early Twitter era together. It blows my mind that you would feel this way. I hate that for you. What's good about you is like, it's not destroying you. You have what I would call micro insecurities. You know, micro insecurities. Got it, my brother?
I like that.
Ray, you are one of the people that I know of, the way I know, that should least be feeling this way. You've been a digital pioneer. You're a tremendously good man. You work hard. You have very good intent. You're talented. And I'd like to hope that I've earned the ability that my words about you matter, probably not as much as your inner circle, but I hope they carry some weight. And I can tell you that I am thrilled to sit down with all these people at church and your family picnics and debate them to why I think you're better than.
Gary, I appreciate you, man. You made my day, brother.
This with me for a while.
It's really true, Ray, man. It's really true shit, though, man. You really deserve the words that came out. I've watched you work. I've watched you MC. I've watched you make content. I've watched you do it the right way. The reason you're kind of quote unquote still around, you know this, Ray, educate the kids here. In 2006, 7, 8 Twitter, when I first hit the scene, that whole crew of all the personalities that were out there that were gaining followers, I was so high energy, so over the top, so from a different angle with the wine stuff. The way that people talked about me in those circles, I would have, for a lot of those people, they thought I was the most likely to be a flash in the pan because I came in so hot, right? When you come in hot, you fade out hot.
Yes. Correct.
I would argue from that era, I've probably been the one that has most gone on to do the thing, or definitely in the mix. And I think that what I admire about you is you, like me, have been a good guy the whole way. And a lot of those people haven't. A lot of those people try to do the wrong things along the way with their audiences. So, I don't know, man. Like, I think you're great. And I think the reason that you feel that way is you still feel a little insecurity, just enough to it being an annoyance. Thank God, not a cancer. And I think that hopefully you'll use this exact moment together to put the final nail in the coffin and be like, I appreciate your opinion because I love you. No, I'm saying this is you saying this to your people. I appreciate you, church lady. I appreciate you, church lady, because you love me and I love you back. But you were raised and your DNA was to be conservative and safe, and mine was to be creative and entrepreneurial. And that's a beautiful thing because we can coexist.
And Gary, you're right about that. They want the safety.
Of course it is.
That is what it is. They want the safety.
Of course. Sav Toys with the big win on the Pete Alonso rookie. Let's clap that up for Sav Toys. That's it. That's exactly right, Ray. They want the safety. They are more fear-based than you are, believe it or not. And they are trying to impose their fear on you. Ray, they are trying to impose their fear on you. In fact, church is very good at selling fear.
For sure.
And hope, which is at its best, it sells tremendous hope. But I like looking under the hood. I watch religious actions on the internets in all different forms of churches and places of worship. And I will tell you, those organizations have gotten really good at guilt and fear. They've gotten really good at it. Now, they've done really good at hope and all that, but as someone who is trying to crusade for optimism, hope, and happiness, exactly right, Dalton, which doesn't honor God. The hypocrisy I see day to day in religious characters and institutions fascinates me. Also, my favorite people are the ones who are canceling each other on both the left and right side, which is literally against everything that these highly religious... My favorite thing is to watch someone on Twitter cancel someone because they don't see the world the same way, and then they go on their account, and it's John 3:14, and it's a fucking cross, and it's a fucking this. You motherfuckers have completely misinterpreted the game.
And please, so anyway, Gary, forgive these people because they're not right. I know many of them, and it's not right.
That's not
Ray, every religion, Christian, Muslim, Jew, like, it's all the same shit. All they're all trying to tell you is be nice, even in the face of someone not being nice, and you motherfuckers went the other way. I have a character in VFriends called Be the Bigger Person. And I'm watching the entire world be the smaller person. Everything's good if someone agrees with you, but the second when someone doesn't agree with you, you guys all get real fucked up real fast. Anyway, Ray, they're scared and they're trying to impose their fear on you. Keep living, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm genuinely proud of you, and I have a lot of love for you.
I receive it.
See you, bro.